Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm Mika and I make bookish content. So if you would like to stay around for some cozy times, then don't forget to subscribe. Today we have a special video because I'm taking you to one of my absolute favorite bookstores. The bookstore is located in Bratislava, which is in Slovakia in the Central Europe. That is my home country, and about 2 weeks ago I went to visit my family for a little trip, and of course I filmed some footage for you. I bought a couple of books that I'm gonna show you after the footage from the bookstore, but let's just go and figure out what are we gonna buy. Now I can show you the books I bought. I ended up buying these books. I don't want to show you yet because we're gonna go one by one, but I managed to buy 5 books and I only went with a backpack. So props to me for managing that, and thanks to the airline people for not making me pay 70 euros for a heavy bag. So the first book is Dark Places by Gillian or Gillian Flynn, I'm not sure. I've read another book from this author, Sharp Objects, and I've seen the movie Gone Girl. I like the movie, I really like the book Sharp Objects, so I thought that why not buy another from this author when I enjoyed it. So basically this is a psychological thriller and the focus is on the darker aspects of the human mind. So the story is about Libby Day, who survived a massacre when she was 7 years old. Her entire family got murdered, and the only survivor was her older brother Ben, who was the killer. And 25 years later, there is a secret society that's obsessed with crimes called the Kill Club, and they hire Libby to try to discover proof that may free Ben. But when Libby's search uncovers a very unimaginable truth, she finds herself right where she began, and that is by running away from a killer. So I'm very excited to be reading this one very soon. The next book I got is something I really wanted to buy for quite a long time, and that is Curious Tides by Pascale Lacelle. This book is a dark fantasy where the story is set around the moon's cycles and tides. The story follows Emery, who is a student at the Aldrin College, and she's grappling with the mysterious death of her best friend that also left her with some magical abilities that she doesn't really understand. And as she delves deeper into the secrets of the school and the dark magic that flows through it, she uncovers a hidden world of rituals, power struggles, and forbidden knowledge. So this book should blend dark academia with Gothic fantasy, which is my absolute favorite thing ever. Both of those genres I love so much. So again, very excited for this one, and I'm definitely going to be reading it very, very soon. Another book I got is The League of Lady Poisoners by Lisa Perrin. This book is absolutely beautiful. The metallic foiling and edges, everything about it is so pretty. I absolutely love it. In this book, Lisa Perrin dives into the history of some famous, maybe infamous, poisoners who decided that poison is their weapon of choice. And basically, you get a bunch of different stories, as well as an introduction with the different timelines and poisons and what are they and so on. So everything is beautifully illustrated. I don't know how well you can see it, but I just love it. I absolutely love it. And then you get the different women. Let me just find one. So here you can see one of them. So you get this beautiful page with the dangerous lady, and then there is the story, what they did, and so on. And then it goes to another one. So absolutely beautiful. This is more of a coffee table book, but I'll definitely read the whole thing because something like this really interests me. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm not trying to do anything, you know, just... So that's our next book. And then I have two books where one of them I already read because we went on a little vacation with my family and I was reading it at the beach, at the hotel and so on, and I managed to read it. You can also see that I was reading this on the beach because it's kind of, yeah, it's a little damaged, but this is My Darling Dreadful Thing by Johanna van Veen. So this book is a beautifully written novel that's set in the 50s, and it's about obsession, about the darker side of the human nature, and about love, or better said, the complexities of love. It blends Gothic elements and psychological elements, which I think is the perfect combination. So you're basically exploring like the fine lines between passion and madness. And yeah, there's ghosts, there's living dead. The main character is being questioned by the police and by a psychiatrist, I believe. So there's also a lot of interviews throughout this book, and you're following the story. So it's like from what happened and then his interviews and then so on. So it's very interesting. It gives it also like a really nice flow because you don't get bored. And I loved it. I mean, 5 out of 5. If I could give it more, I might, but that's not the option. So that's another book. And last but not least, we have The Supreme Lie by Geraldine McCaughrean. Probably said that very wrong. And I've read a bit in this book, and I must say I'm not that much into it. It's like a dystopian historical fiction. So it's about this 15-year-old girl who basically has to become a head of state from being a maid. So she's maid, she's scrubbing boots and, you know, walking the dogs and so on. And then one day the head of the state just flees because there is a huge flood and she doesn't want to be responsible for anything. So she flees, and her husband, who stayed, kind of forces this 15-year-old girl to become her. And that's all I'm gonna say to you. It's definitely very like political. And there's chapters where the point of view is from a dog's perspective. So do with it what you will. I must say that it is interesting that it has these separations between like the story, and there is also, I'm trying to find one for you. There is like some news excerpts. So it makes it more interesting, but I'm on page like 110 and I've been having such a hard time continuing. And it's not like the story is not interesting, I just feel like the way it's written is just not really, it's not doing it for me, but I think I'm gonna push through because it is what it is, and I have my reasons to DNF books, and I feel like I'm still trying with this and I'm still gonna push, but if I'm suffering for a bit longer, I might probably just DNF it. But yes, that's our last book. So that concludes the haul. I really hope you enjoyed my footage from the bookshop. Honestly, it's very uncomfortable to film in public, especially around like smaller cities in Europe, because no one really gets it. And I'm so scared I'm gonna get yelled at. Like, that's my huge fear, that some staff is gonna come to me and be like, what the are you doing? And I'm like, please don't. I'm scared. yeah, whatever. I did it for you guys. I did it, and now we have this footage. Let me know if you've read any of the books. I'm so excited to continue reading what I bought, and I'll see you very soon. Bye. And stay reading. You stay reading, okay? Okay, good. Bye.